Good evening, my little Facebook Live tribe, and good evening to my replay renegaders. Tonight I want to talk to you about the phrase too much. Now there's a quote out there by a lady called Daniela Porter, or Porter, or however you want to pronounce it, and the quote goes along the lines of, and I am reading it off my computer screen: you will always be too much of something for someone. Too big, too loud, too soft, too edgy. If you round out your edges, you lose your edge. Apologise for mistakes, apologise for unintentionally hurting somebody profusely, but don't apologise for being who you are. Now, I absolutely love that quote, because being who you are is only too much for people who aren't worth being in your life. Part of the too much topic for me is body shaming. I work in a couple of different industries that I hear a lot of body shaming. I hear a lot of criticism on fat girls, skinny girls, short girls, tall girls. And to me, body shaming of any description is wrong. What gives somebody else the right to shame somebody because of the way they look? There are some girls out there who are overweight and look absolutely amazing. There are some lean girls out there and they look absolutely amazing. But you know what? It doesn't matter what they look like to you or to me. It's how they feel about themselves. I get told all the time, oh, it's alright for you because you're skinny. I'm not skinny. I'm lean, I'm fit. I'm underweight at the minute because of a medical condition that I've recently been diagnosed for and I'm being treated for. Ordinarily, I normally weigh a little bit more than what I do at the minute. I'm not happy with how I am, but that's because I feel like I'm too thin. One of the good things about it is that I can see my abs, all of them, but I can also see my ribs. I'm not happy with that, but that's my personal preference. I don't really care whether anybody thinks I'm too skinny, whether anybody thinks I'm too muscly. I have a couple of really good friends who have biceps that are bigger than mine, and I like my muscles. I love my muscles. I don't go at the gym, I don't pump iron, but I love my muscles. I've always been muscular. I think the only time I've ever been round was when I was 9 months pregnant, but that's because of my lifestyle. I'm like an Energizer bunny, I never stop. Any calories that I take in, I burn. But my point is that if you've got somebody in your life and they're what you would consider too skinny or what you would consider too fat, have you ever thought about actually talking to them and asking them if they are happy with what they see in the mirror? Because if they are, then do you know what? God love them. Best of luck to them. If they're not happy, is there something you could do to help them to change that? I've always been in the fitness industry. Well, I've been in the fitness industry for a very long time. I re-qualified as a personal trainer a few years ago. I learned a lot about the body, metabolisms, female cycling and nutrition. I always thought I knew a lot about good food and healthy eating, but blew me away what I now know. And I would say that if there's anybody in your life who needs a little bit of help, help them. Research things. There's different types of weight loss groups out there. Some of them I don't think they're fantastic, because although they support weight loss, there's a lot of shaming in them as well. I don't believe in this whole, something's a sin. Different things have different point systems. Whatever works for you, absolutely. I don't count calories. I eat what I want when I want. I do have a sweet tooth, but I love meat. I love vegetables as well. Whatever your diet is, there's a way to make your diet work for you, and there's a way to have the body that you want to have. But don't criticise somebody else just because your perception of them is that they're too much of this or too little of that. I think, especially as women, we need to stop putting each other down. We really, really need to stop putting each other down. We need to build each other up. We need to help and support each other. I know a lot of girls who are, for them, in their mind and in their perception of themselves, they are too heavy, too fat, overweight, obese, whatever label you want to put on it, but they're not happy. They'd like to lose weight, and hopefully that's for their own aesthetics and for their own benefit. And yeah, there are a lot of health factors that come with being overweight, but there's a lot of health risks that come with being underweight as well. And just because somebody's overweight doesn't mean they're unfit. Just because somebody's incredibly skinny doesn't mean to say they're unfit. We're all different body types, and there are certain brackets that we all fall into, but it is just a bracket. Why do you think a bracket's shaped like that? So it can bend outwards and it can take more into that bracket. So I'm going to go in the bath now, and what I'd like to leave you with is that I'm going to read that quote out again, and I want you to really, really think about the words and Google it, save it on your phone. You will always be too much of something for someone. Too big, too loud, too soft, too edgy. But if you round out your edges, you lose your edge. Apologise for mistakes. Apologise for hurting somebody unnecessarily, profusely. Apologise for that. But don't apologise for being who you are. You are meant to be who you are. Always strive to be the best version of yourself, but do it for you. On that note, I love every single one of you, and I hope you have a great weekend. I will see you all again tomorrow. But remember, if somebody tells you you're too much, that's their problem. They can't cope with how much you are. Okay? Love ya. Be too much.